Hello, 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 and today I forgot what I was going to say. Hello, 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 and welcome to. I'll get it right in a minute. Get in there. Hello, 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 and welcome to episode 417 of Prog Review. And if you haven't read the title or the description, I'm talking about Tony Levin's World Diary. Oh, it's nearly 20 years old. This is released back in 1996. This one. It was Tony Levin's first solo album, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It's probably the best thing he's done. This was actually suggested by the missus. She was listening to it the other day, and she said, "Here, that Tony Levin's World Diary album's a good album, isn't it?" And I went, "Yeah, you're right, it is." And I thought, you know what, we haven't spoken about it, so might as well do it. I know it's on the DGM label, but let's be honest, it's probably deleted now, and Fripp and Co don't really care much for the back catalogue. They only care about the King Crimson releases, so I think I'll be all right talking about this. But who knows? So I've semi broken the embargo, but it's a good album. It's Tony Levin. So what you got here is you've got Tony Levin working with many different people from the, I don't know, I suppose you'd call them from the world music area, and of course old Billy Bruford turns up as well. I mean, I just think it's just one of those great records. How so? Because it mixes the sound of the Chapman stick and, you know, Tony Levin's, you know, which is his signature sound, isn't it? Let's be honest. When you think of the Chapman stick, you only think of, well, it's only really Tony Levin. It's one of the reasons why I didn't really get on with the Chapman stick, because every time I tried to play something, I sounded like Tony Levin, which isn't not very good. And it kept pulling my trousers down as well. Very heavy. It hooks in your trousers, and my trousers kept falling down. But that's beside the point. What can I tell you? Well, what can I tell you about it? There are a host of people that play on it. Shankar, he plays the old violin. Well, of course he plays the violin. That's what he's famous for. Ayub Agada, he plays the Nyatiti, and he's got a really good voice, really good sound. Brian Yamakoshi, he's on the koto. Jerry Marotta is on the drums. Ben Dick is on the tenor and soprano saxophone. He appears on the penultimate track, I Cry to the Dolphin Sea, which is very nice. Bill Bruford's there. He's on 2 tracks, Etude in the Key of Guildford, which is a song. You hear them kind of do in various outfits. I think they resurrected it in Bruford Levin Upper Extremities, and also Jules, which kind of made an appearance on the Union album as Even's song. I think that's what it was called. It was a long time ago. But yeah, best thing on the Union album. Excuse me. So you got Bruford there. Nexus is on percussion. Levin Minasian, I'll get it right in a minute. Minasian is on the duduk, and I love the sound of the duduk. It's a wind instrument, and it's like a flute sound. It's a very distinctive sound. Dijovan Gasparian, who works with Michael Brook, is another exponent of that, and it appears on this album. It's superb. And finally, Manu Katché is playing the drums as well. So again, another compatriot from the Gabriel band, and it was recorded all over the shop, all over the world. I mean, I like it because you got different people from world music working with Levin, and that opens you up to different styles and different ways of doing things. Again, I hate to use the F word, the fusion word, but it really is a real fusion, and it's a shame that we don't get more of this kind of stuff now. Levin's doesn't do these. He's too busy with like Stickmen and doing the rocks, what I call the rock end, rather than this eclectic world music end of his musical spectrum. It's a great shame because this is just an absolutely fine record, and I can't really make any comparisons with anything else. This and the Cave of the Iron Mountain. There's another fine album from Levin, Morata and Gorn. I'll have to talk about that another time. But yeah, these two, they're really good albums that go together and sees Levin at his most creative. And there's also a real feel in his playing that you don't get now. And that's a shame. And some of the tracks are just absolutely wonderful. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. So yeah, I've prattled on. I've prattled on enough. In terms of rating, this gets a solid 5 joules out of 5. That's 5 joules out of 5. Oh yes, indeed. Yes, my name is Darren Lock. I've been talking about Tone Levin's World Diary, and yeah, do try and track down a copy. I think it's probably out of print now. I don't know if it's available for download or anything, but someone's probably uploaded it to YouTube. But please do give it a listen because it's just a wonderful progressive album. Might not be for all of you, but if you're I don't know, interested in getting into world music, and from this you can start then going to explore Gabriel's real world catalogue, because again, many of the people like Ayo Bakada, I think he's got a good record on there. Such research, such accuracy. That's what you've come to expect. But yeah, the missus reminded me of it, and I plucked it out, and it was just really good to listen to again. And when it came out, I listened to this to death. I thought it was really great. And you don't get albums like this or as good as this anymore, and it's a shame. And that's a shame. But there you go. So anyway, that's it. My name's Darren. I'll be talking about Tone Levin's World Diary. There you go. All right. And thanks for tuning in. This time I'm going to do the outro properly without getting cut off because I put a new battery in. Remember, you can also go to my music site, music.darrenlock.com, and listen and purchase all sorts of amazing musical doodles that I've recorded over the many years I've been piddling around with the musics. So that's music.darrenlock.com, just in case you forgot. Don't forget, there's also the Patreon, patreon.com/lock, where you can throw a few pennies this way to keep the good shit prog review steaming ahead. There's also what else is there? That's it. Social media. You can sit on my Facebook, tickle me Twitter, and you can do what you like with the Google Plus, because no one knows what you do with the Google Plus. But I'm all over the social medias. Never really done Instagram though. No, never really done a few Vines, but not Instagram. Never really got that. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. There's only one more thing to say, and you know what that is, and that's prog on.